Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Fighting for Freedom. My name is Vida. I'm the co-host alongside my husband. His name is Rodney Pitts. He is the host of the show. This is his brainchild. He's behind the scenes doing all of the work. And I'm just bringing this to you guys. So, Fighting for Freedom is a platform designed for those individuals who are incarcerated, men and women. We want to give them a voice. We want them to showcase their accomplishments. We want them to let us know what they've been doing while they're in there, what they want to do, and just come on here and discuss what's going on with them. So my husband, he is an incarcerated individual. As I said, this is his show. I'm just bringing this to you guys. So I want to welcome you all. I do want to apologize for last week. We had so many technical difficulties. But we're here today. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. We have a great show for you guys today. We have Mr. Maurice Evans. Mr. Maurice Evans is an incarcerated individual. He is at Western Correctional Facility in Cumberland, Maryland, and he's been there for some time. So we're going to bring him on. We're going to have a really good show. Hopefully, okay, I see where it said he's here. Great. So let me bring him on, Mr. Evans. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Apologies for last week. Last week was an awful mess, but we are going to do this show again this week. And thank you for coming on. Introduce yourself to everyone who's here. Hello. Mr. Evans. Give us 1 second. Okay, they're coming on. They're trying to log him in. So like I said, Mr. Evans is our guest for the day. We're on every third Sunday of the month. We will be coming on at 7 o'clock. We will showcase a different individual every third Sunday. We're going to bring to you news, information. This is going to be a space where we can dialogue. If you know someone who wants to come on the show, email us at fighting for the number 4 freedom at myyahoo.com. It's important to put that my Yahoo there. Send us the individual's name, their location. We'll shoot them out a contract and we'll get them on the show. If you want to come on the show and talk about some things, if you have a loved one who is incarcerated and it's some things you want to talk about, by all means, you can shoot us an email at fighting for freedom, the number 4 at myyahoo.com, and we'll send the information out to you, bring you on. If it's anyone who you think might be interested, put them on to us. Like, share, and subscribe. It's important that you guys do that so we can get this platform out here. This is our second show. This is a very new show that's coming to Black Box Radio. Shout out to Miss Queen and Black Box Radio. Also, this is also a space for you guys. If it's something that you want to talk about that you don't have a space, this is also that space. So I think we're ready. For Mr. Maurice Evans. Mr. Evans, please introduce yourself to everyone. Mm. Hello? I hear something in these earphones. He's coming, guys. Just give us a few. Like I said, this space is for everyone. This is a community space. Although it is designed for individuals who are incarcerated, if it's someone out there who isn't incarcerated and you still have a voice and it's something you want to bring to the show, we're more than welcome to come and give you that space as well. We're fighting for these guys. We want the public to know and to see that, those individuals who are incarcerated, who are behind the walls, they're ready to come out. Um, they're ready to be seen. They're ready to live. They have a life to live, and we want to provide that space for them. Also, meaning me and my husband, we have a business, Alkema Products and Services. We sell Islamic apparel, alkema.com. You can go there, check out what we have. Let me see what's going on. Oh, okay. I'm just checking to see. Alkema Products and Service, ALQIYAAMAH. I think that's what it is. .com. Go there, check us out. Also, if you have an incarcerated loved one who is in prison and they are Muslim, we can send them out a brochure, and they can place the order. I don't believe that, I know it's some facilities that don't, we're not a vendor there, but for the majority, we are in the state of Maryland. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about this platform. I'm excited to get fighting for freedom up and moving and getting this space out there for you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me just look in the comments really quickly. Okay. All right. Are we getting there? Are we getting about ready, Ja? I tell you guys, this isn't easy. Let me say that this is not easy. We've been planning and talking about this for some months now. We had our first show last month. It was great. We had a young man on by the name of Darren Gray. You can go and you can go to Black Box Radio and pull him up and look at the interview we did with him. Um, it was great. We are going to showcase someone hopefully differently every third Sunday at 7 p.m. And like I said, this isn't easy. We've been working out kinks and ironing out wrinkles, and just to bring this to you guys, day and night. Me and Miss Queen and my husband, we've been grinding. We've been trying to get the logo and everything right. You might think, let me see, let me get him to call back. Let me reach out. Babe, can you get him to call back? Yeah. All right. I just reached out. Be a little patient with us, guys. I appreciate you guys for joining us. Appreciate you guys for logging on. We're coming. Like I said, well, this is live from the prison. These guys are calling right in from their tablets into the show, into the stream, so we can bring these guys to you. And sometimes, unfortunately, things like this happen. They're not able to like log right in. The jails are in control, the prisons are in control, and this is how they say. So hopefully we'll have this figured out soon. The guys, he'll be on. So like I said, fighting for freedom, we want to give these guys a platform. We want to give them a space and make it as safe as possible. We're not here to retry you guys. We're not here to take you back to court. We're just here to give a positive space so that we can, let the world know that, you guys are ready to come out. I'm just reading in these comments, guys. Give me 1 second. He's on there now. Ja, he said he's on there now. We're just waiting for them to link up, guys, and he'll be on shortly. So like I said, my husband, he's on the phone now. He's working and helping me in the background to try to get up and running. You there?
All right. Yes, I'm here.
All right, there we go. Mr. Evans. Thank you, sir. Welcome. I have been talking these people to death. about you and giving them the backstory a little bit. I just told them where you were and your name. I want to thank you for coming on. Sorry about last week. It was crazy. So introduce yourself to everyone.
I'm Maurice. I'm 31 years old. I'm an African American male. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I love basketball, and I love giving back to the youth.
Okay, so I have your paper here. I have your paper here, and just looking over some things. I see that you have served 15 years and you're only 31.
Yes,
So,
I got incarcerated when I was 16. Huh?
okay, no, I'm listening.
Yes, no, I got incarcerated when I was 16 years old, and I practically got 16 and on a life sentence. And, growing up, I was a troubled teen, being a product of my environment. But since I've been incarcerated, I've learned a new mindset to think first before I react, and also just how to use my negative influence that I once had for positive to give back to the youth so they won't have to go through the same things that I went through along this journey.
Yeah. So you said your upbringing, you was did you finish school?
No, I didn't get past the ninth grade, but since I've been incarcerated, I completed my GED.
Okay. What other services they have in there for you guys? I know you said you got your GED.
Well, at first it wasn't really a lot of programs for us. It was like we just sitting around, basically just doing idle time. So it was more so the older guys getting us in the library and giving us books to read and just giving us a different way to look at things. But just recently they got the tablets now, so there's a lot of programs and stuff on the tablet that helps with our emotional, spiritual, physical wellness, and just give us certain tools that we may need when we go back into society.
And is that helpful? So let me ask you this question. You say you was a troubled teen. What exactly do you mean by trouble? Was you in a single parent household?
Yes, well, growing up, it was just me and my mother was working long hours, so long hours for short pay. So I was basically raising myself. Well, my community was raising me, and I grew up in the inner cities of Baltimore, a drug-ridden neighborhood. So that's all I basically seen was crime and certain things like that, and those things were glorified. So I became a product of that environment because I wanted to be accepted, not understanding the repercussions of such actions.
Okay. So do you have any siblings?
Yes, I got a little sister. She in college. She's 21 years old. I got a little brother. He he's 20. He played basketball.
Were they in
So
the same household with
I'm
you?
really trying to keep. No, my little brother's on my father's side, and my little sister's on my mother's side.
Okay, so I guess that was, I mean, I just can't imagine going to prison at 16. You know what I mean? I can't imagine, that type of environment. So to someone troubled teen or not, and having to adapt and get acclimated to those conditions with people who probably was twice, three times your age. How did that transform you?
I mean, it was definitely a life experience, and coming in, like you say, I was a little scared because I'm going in the prison system with adults, but luckily I had a lot of older men who took me under the wing early and guided me in the right direction, so I didn't make a lot of the mistakes or had to go through a lot of things that my peers went through. So it was like I didn't have it as hard as some of my peers had it because I had the right type of role models that guided me in the right direction.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. It troubles me. One of the things that I did and have been doing since, fighting with my husband is going to speak at the legislative session and just getting these legislators and these senators to understand that that's not a place, but that you want to send children to and expect them to thrive and be better people. And it does work opposite for some. You go there, you do your time and you become better people. So outside of the GED program, what programs, what other things are they offering you in there so that you're ready to come out into society, if anything at all?
I mean, it's really not none, and it's glad that you said that because I had wrote Westmore a letter, and I explained to him about needing more programs, especially for juveniles like myself just coming in. Like juveniles like myself coming in, a lot of our trauma got to do with our childhood. So we should be giving social workers when we come in to get to the root of our problems and get us in programs that will give us pertinent life skills to get back in society. Because if you just take a juvenile out the community when he's 15, have him spend 20 years and just have him go back out there, he don't have the proper life skills. So a lot of programs is needed for our rehabilitation in prison, but they are not given to us.
Right. That's a good idea. That's a good way to look at it. Social workers would definitely is something that's needed. So is the case manager that works, is that the closest thing you have to a social worker?
Yes, but it's like you got 100 people to one case manager. That's not effective because you need somebody who can work with you to understand you and get to know you to actually see the transformation that you're making. But when he got 100 people he got to see, he can't take the proper time out to get to understand you and get to the root of your problems and what you need to be effective in society.
Exactly. When you wrote to Westmore, did you get a response?
No, I didn't get a response yet. Well, I just had sent it out, so he probably didn't get it yet. But
Okay.
hopefully he write me back and give me a response.
I was speaking to someone, I can't, and it's skipping my mind who it was, but one of the avenues they said to use the lieutenant governor as well. I mean, I'm quite sure you would hope to think that you write the lieutenant governor wouldn't be far behind the trail to the information that's given to the governor. That's an excellent idea. Um, what
Yeah.
what what else is going on as far as like your release? Are you fighting in court to get out?
Yeah, so right now I'm the JRA passed the Juvenile Restoration Act. After 20 years, we go back up and we go back in front of a judge, and the judge go over our history and stuff we've been doing since we've been incarcerated. And if we meet certain criteria, then they'll give us a modification of our sentence and help us get back into society. So I'm just waiting on that. I'm just waiting on my 20-year mark to go up so I can get reclassified and my sentence modified.
So you said the JRA. What is the JRA?
It's called the Juvenile Restoration Act. It was an act passed because scientists deemed that juveniles' brains aren't fully developed until they're 25 years old.
Right.
So a lot of our crimes come from the way we grew up, influence from older individuals, and just wanting to fit in. So as you get older, you start coming into your own. So you don't really care about what people think. So they understand that. So they passed the Juvenile Restoration Act. So when you got 20 years in on your sentence, they'll see what have you been doing since you've been and give you a second chance back in society.
Okay, that is definitely true. What is crazy and just doesn't make sense is that they won't let you drive, at a certain age. You can't drink at a certain age, but you commit a crime and and you're under a certain age, and they want to send you away and throw you in a place like prison with, oh my goodness, people who probably already acclimated to that particular lifestyle, but yet you're on the street and you can't even get a job unless you have uh, like a work permit when you're a certain age. So coming out, what are you doing to prepare yourself? So let's say you go up to and to the judge once you reach a 20-year mark, and they say, okay, yes, Mr. Maurice Evans, we think that you should be released. What are you doing to prepare yourself to come out here into, because it's nothing like it was when you left. Nothing. A lot of stuff has changed. So what have you done, or what are you doing to prepare yourself?
A lot. Well, first, I've educated myself. Educated myself, and then a lot of things that comes with changing your surroundings, changing the people that you be around. So in here, I don't hang out with the ones who don't want nothing. So a lot of times it got to change it. It got to do with changing your surroundings. That's a big part of it. Changing your surroundings and learning how to work for what you want.
Absolutely.
So I've learned how to. I'm my own man now, so I make my own decisions. Okay. I'm not influenced by others who doing negativity.
How easy is that though? Like you're in there and you're surrounded by so much. My goodness. How are you able? Like you said you don't hang around with certain guys that's doing certain things. How easy is that? How easy is it for you to separate yourself from the two?
I mean, when you're 100% dissatisfied, then it's 100% change. So what I've learned is people that I grew up with that finally come in here and they view me as the same Maurice that I was when I was home. Okay. But once they come in here and they get the new me, it's like they want to follow what I'm doing. So they start reading. They start doing things differently. So it's more so like I see that the influence that I had that was negative, I'm using it for positive, and people are actually following, especially the younger youth, because they like, oh, this is what's acceptable. This is what's cool. This is what's cool.
Okay, and that's what's needed. These young kids out here, and I'm sure it's not just in Baltimore, it's everywhere. They have absolutely no respect. They have absolutely no reservations. They are doing things like when we were younger, it was just certain people were off limits. Elderly women, women, period, pregnant women, like they have no restrictions. They shooting women in the street. So we need strong male figures out here. We need, and I say we as a community because we're all included. We need strong male figures. We need positive role models for these young men out here. If crime was on 1,000 when you went in, it's on 1,000,000 now. The news, so I don't even watch the news sometimes because it's just like I'm watching. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So with that being said, you come out, they're not listening. I figure if you can get through to one young man, one young lady, because they need guidance too. They're just as off the hook as these little guys are out here. What are you prepared to do? Like sometimes people come out and they're happy they're out and they go in their little bubble. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to live their life. But unfortunately, like we need this help. We need someone to guide these kids out here. What are you prepared to do, if anything at all?
Well, I'm prepared to show them different. because the ones that's out there now, they encouraging the negativity. So again, it go back to the social standards. It's cool to just shoot up the block. It's cool to do certain things, so that's why they're doing it. So a lot of times it's about showing them different, about taking away all that idle time because they out there with nothing to do. So they becoming a product of their community. So what I would do is I would get one or two of them and show them different. Show them that you can make money legitly. Yes. I can show them that doing positive is good. Helping old ladies out is good. I would just show them different. I would show them as another way and that it's cool. Because a lot of times they just want to fit in. They want to be cool. So they do negativity thinking it's cool. But I will actually show them that that's not cool. Positivity is cool. Helping people. Helping your community. Giving back to your community.
Exactly. So
I use all my negative influence that I want to have for positive. Because a lot of them kids that's out there now, they are familiar with me.
Mm-hmm. And they don't. So a lot of them are raising themselves. You know, some of them have, you know, others in the home to guide, and some don't. And like you said, some want to be the cool kids, some want to just want to hang out with those people who are doing wrong. So to come out, to be that role model, to be that voice, to be that vision, even if it's just one or two, and hopefully that could be contagious. And their friends will say, oh, this person is doing that, Mr. Maurice Evans. One of the things that we want to do in this platform is show people that you guys coming out to society aren't a threat. A lot of y'all wasn't even a threat when you went in. You know, it was circumstances that in certain individuals' lives, and probably yours as well, that made you go down a particular road. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're a danger or you're not productive in society. Things happen. And this is the environment that we want to create. We want to show people close, abroad, or wherever, that Mr. Maurice Evans and those who are incarcerated for a long time are ready to come out and be productive members of society. They want to know, how are you doing that? How are you able to maintain in there and then come out? My thing would be, if you can survive in there, you can survive out here. We want to show the viewers, the listeners, our neighbors that you're trustworthy, that you're responsible, and that there's no need to be afraid if you were their next door neighbor. So who is your support system? You have a support system that helps you matriculate through all of this?
Yes, I have my mother. I have my little sister. My little sister is a great help to me. I have my stepfather. I have my friend Aisha, who helps me a very lot and that really keep me grounded and really just help me out a lot. Like, I have a great support system around me that I know won't let me fall, even though I won't let myself fall. That will push me, that motivate me, that keep me humble, keep me grounded. So I have a very strong support system that I didn't have when I was on the outside. Things like this support system I've really gained since I was on the inside.
Okay. So most people, well, one of the issues or one of the concerns when I was at the legislative session is that people who have spent a large amount of time, in prison, that they shouldn't be allowed to just come right out, that they have to go into what is called a reentry program. That's something that they support and that they want. So is that something that you're looking into?
Yes, I strongly believe in the reentry program. I believe that it should be a step down to help us get acclimated in society. So
you have 30 seconds remaining.
Oh, okay, that's the 30 seconds.
We can't get out. So
are you able to call back?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the 30 seconds. Call us back, Mr. Maurice Evans. As you guys can hear, that is him calling straight from prison. That's the 30, that what they say 60 seconds initially. and then it goes right into the 30 seconds, and then that will allow them time to cut the phones off, and then they'll call back. So thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for logging in. Please click, share, and subscribe so that we can get this site up and moving. I want to thank you guys for logging on. Again, thank you, Miss Queen and Black Box Radio, for giving us this platform. Really appreciate it. We did a show last month with Mr. Darren Gray. By all means, please go and check out that interview. It was great. This interview, you can go on, and for those who may be coming on late and didn't see the whole interview, you can always look at it from the beginning. So we'll be waiting for Mr. Maurice Evans to call us back. He will be calling back from Western Correctional Institute in Cumberland, Maryland, which is called WCI. Hopefully he'll be back with us. He has a great story. He went in at 15, sentenced to life. I think life plus 10 years. He's done 15 years on a life plus 10-year sentence. He's eligible for the JRA, which is I think it's a Juvenile Restoration Act. I think that's what he said. And after 20 years, he can go up and hopefully get his sentence modified. Yeah, what is it? Restorative Act. And hopefully things will work out for the brother. He's in there doing some great things. He's gotten his GED. He has a wonderful support system. And hopefully the things are changing. This brother can come out and be a productive citizen. All right, it says he's back. Mr. Maurice Evans is back. Welcome back, Mr. Evans.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time. I really do. I appreciate you calling us back. So I was just giving the people a rundown of who you are and how long you've been in. And we were just talking about the reentry programs and the requirement that they want people to go into, to learn and get a lot of the wraparound services that probably would take you years to get if you just came out and tried to get them on your own. So my question was, are you looking into any of these reentry programs, and how does it work? Do you have to wait for you to go back to court after your 20 years to inquire about those, or can you just inquire on your own?
Well, I can start requiring now, but I gotta wait until almost near my 20-year mark, and hopefully one of the reentry programs to accept me, and then they'll come to court on my behalf and say this is what I would be going home to. I'll be going home in this reentry program. So the reentry program is definitely it's really a good thing, and it helps a lot of people, acclimate in society. So that's definitely what I'm looking into to see if I can qualify one and get into one, because it would be a great help to me getting acclimated into society.
Do you know what the qualifications are to get in some of these reentries?
I don't really know all the qualifications, but I just know you gotta write them. Well, you gotta write them, but you gotta have a lawyer. You gotta have a lawyer, and the lawyer do all the groundwork. Like, you can't write for them yourself. It gotta be done by a lawyer. So I would have to hire a lawyer to get me accepted into the reentry program.
So in order to be accepted into, or even to, I guess, start the process, an attorney has to do that for you. And then the reentry program will, I guess, investigate you and then figure out if you'll be a good fit for that program. Maybe that's something that when I do go to the legislative sessions again, because what if someone is eligible, like if you're able to get out and maybe, okay, so I guess it could be a court-appointed lawyer, like a free attorney. They could do that for you. Because what if someone attorney?
Yes, you can go. You can go to the public defender's office. You don't have to have a paid lawyer.
Okay.
Some type of representation for you.
Okay, well, because that would be scary to know that you would need an attorney to do those things for you, and if you couldn't afford one, well, that's good to know that a public defender, that's what it is, a public defender would be able to help you, as overworked as they are. But it would, you would think that would be something that you could do on your own. Just reach out and ask them to send you some information, and then you apply and see if that will work. I wonder why the public defender or an attorney, period, is necessary. I guess they have their reasons.
Well, I mean, you can write them and stuff like that, but the last time that I looked into it, you had to have a lawyer to actually do all the footwork and stuff for you. So,
okay, well, they're out here a dime a dozen. They're opening up.
Huh?
I said it's a lot of reentry programs. Right. I said it's a lot of reentry programs out here that are opening up. I guess they see that there's a need for, I guess you guys are getting out more. They're letting you out, so they need places for these guys to come to. And definitely a reentry program is necessary for those who've been in for a long time. Because like I said, it's done changed out here in the past 15 years, brother. Like, this stuff is completely different from when you went in. And I'm quite sure your family probably tell you that.
Yes, they tell me that, but also the ones that's coming in, it's like, it's a huge difference. Like, it's really bad. The ones, like, when we see them come in, it's like they just zombies. But it's like there be zombies coming in, and it's like very different. And it's like we actually gotta train them from the bottom. What I mean by that is, I'm talking about a lot of them. We gotta teach how to take a proper shower. A lot of them don't know how to get all areas when they're in the shower. You got to teach them how to brush their teeth, how to wash their tongue. And this is guys that's coming in 19, 20 years old, don't know how to properly wash themselves, don't know how to wash their clothes, don't know how to clean up behind themselves. Like they didn't grow up with no type of mannerisms. So it's like when we get them in here, we start the whole process over and have to build a lot of them up from the ground up.
Really? Well, I guess we know that what they weren't doing out here. Well, it's a good thing that. Go ahead.
It's really bad. It's like males are needed back in the household, and a lot of the good males are in prison. So we gotta like put some of the positive males that they see over the years that made the transformation back in society, and put a lot of us back in these households to assist the woman and help raising these kids.
Absolutely. But that's the design, though. The design is to have the man out the home, the black male anyway. The design is to have him out the home and to have these kids running amok. But we have to change that narrative. And this is part of what Fighting for Freedom is doing and why we're here and what we're fighting for. We want to change the narrative. We want to get these guys out, put them in an environment where they're, number one, needed. We're not wanted, but they're needed. We need you guys out here to change, like you said, the basic needs. Anytime you're teaching someone 19 and 20 years old how to wash, how to brush their teeth, the need is far greater than I could even imagine, because I didn't think that that's something that needed to be taught, not especially not at 19, or 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It almost breaks your heart to know that if they're not doing it in there, they definitely wasn't doing it out here on the streets. So Fighting for Freedom is definitely the place where we want to start to make that change. Dang, that's sad. I wasn't even expecting to hear that. You got to tell them how to brush their teeth and how to wash their clothes. And the fact that they got to come to prison to learn those things with all of the amenities that are out here, that you have to go to prison to learn that basic need.
Mm-hmm. They're not learning out there. They just allowed to run wild. And it's like in here, when we get a hold of them in here, it's like we start from the ground up and build certain characteristics in them and help them get to see another way. And just it's so joyous to see the transformation of some. We can't get to all, but the ones that we do see the transformation and help raise into a model, it'd be like joyous. It like give me energy. Like it gives me energy to see a youth that came in a zombie and to see him flourish into a whole new man.
Wow. And I mean, just to hear that coming from you, because you're only 30 so years old, you know, so to hear that coming, right, 31, to hear that coming from you at that young age, to see the enjoyment of another person, you know, getting themselves together and being better, you know, that's almost make you want to cry, you know, that you went in so young and you sound so older, you know, past your years, 31 years old.
I just don't want nobody to go through what I went through or experience what I experienced. So a lot of times they come in with 5 and 10 years, and I try to show them differently. I try to show them different ways because it's easy to get in, but it's hard to get out.
Absolutely.
And if that's my life, if that's my life mission is to, you know, give the youth the proper tools so they can get back in society and be productive, then that's what I'll do. That make me joyous. When I get letters and I get pictures from guys that was in here with me and I see that they doing better, that brings joy to me. So it's like, it's an honor, and I really take pride in being able to assist in rehabilitating the youth because the prison systems don't do it. The men inside the prison systems is the ones that's rehabilitating these youth.
Right. So you have 5 more years till you are able to, you know, hopefully get through this to the JRA. What do you plan on doing for these next 5 years?
I plan on getting all the programs I can get. I've been taking college courses.
Okay.
I've been, you know, I've been taking college courses. I continue to, you know, help the youth and get that, and just continue to work on myself every day. Because I've come a long way, and you know, I think before I react. So just got to continue to discipline myself because I know when I get home, it's going to be 10 times harder. So I work on these things now. So when I get there, I know how to conduct myself. I know how to handle myself.
Okay. Okay.
I just continue to strive every day.
Okay. That's, you know, we asked the everyone to drop a jewel, and it seemed like you have. We wrote in the chat a jewel from Mr. Maurice Evans said, "Prison is easy to get in, but hard to get out of." So
yes,
that's going to be the jewel. Prison is not the rehabilitators. The men in the prison are the rehabilitators, and that's another jewel from Mr. Evans. So I want to thank you, Mr. Evans. We finally got this one done. Thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for
thank you for having me.
Absolutely allowing us to interview you. This wasn't an easy one. But we can definitely do this again. You can come back on. If it's anything that we can help you with while you're there to facilitate anything for you, please reach out to Fighting for Freedom. That's what we're here for. So I do know that the producer, I think he had to leave. Are you still on, Ja?
I'm here.
Okay, can my husband call in and okay. So Mr. Maurice Evans, we're gonna close this out. I'm gonna let my husband call in so that he can take us home. And thank you again for coming on. Babe, call in.
I want I want to thank you, and I want to thank Uncle Yaya. He is definitely one of the men that helped raise a lot of us youth. The man that you see today, which is me, Uncle Yaya had a lot to do with the transformation of me.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, thank you. You take care in there. Be safe, and we will talk again.
Okay, thank you, family.
You're welcome. All right, while we waiting for my husband to get on, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Like,
Hello.
share, and subscribe, guys. Hey, babe, welcome.
Hey, good evening. How everybody?
Take us home.
Say it again. You can hear me?
Yeah, I said take us home.
Oh, all right. Okay. First, I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight, and I hope that the conversation that the brother Maurice brought to you all tonight was enlightening and informative, and able to give y'all a sense of relief to the community, knowing that more help is on the way for the youth that's out there, to say the least. Again, we thank Miss Queen and Black Box Radio for this platform. We salute y'all from all of the men and women behind these walls, and to everyone, stay focused, remain solid, and keep God first out there. Y'all be safe out there. Take care. Good night. Good evening. And don't forget to tune in to our next series that come on December 15th, 2024. Blessings and guidance. Stay up out there.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace. Okay.